what I wanted to do is for new users who may be, you know, listening or in the future going to watch this, let's introduce, you know, who you guys are, and you know, what you do. So Pat, well, who are you? What do you do?
I'm Pat. Doug and I had been talking for years about cryptocurrency and decided there was a big gap in innovation in terms of regular, you know, not smart contracts, not all the buzzy features, but true cryptocurrency that's useful for a lot of stuff. So that's why we decided to make VeriCoin. About what I do, Doug and I are sort of the we chat a lot. We've known each other for several years now, and we like to argue about how things work.
Yep.
A lot of the time, Doug comes up with some interesting ideas, but there's usually a couple of things that need to be patched. So I'm usually the guy who figures out how to make them work.
So what do you do outside of VeriCoin in a very narrow sense? Like,
so yeah, I'm hopefully about done with my PhD from Rutgers University, studying biochemistry and quantitative biology. So a lot of what I do is computational. A lot of what I do is experimental. It's very nice being able to merge the two things, and that's actually where I met Doug. Doug and I both work together and have really engineered some very cool stuff in the world of biology, including designing a couple of inhibitors that hopefully will become drugs for influenza, some software that can help automate and make drug design easier. So as an academic, this is something that I personally find very interesting. And rather than getting in this to make lots of money or whatever, it helps you know, fuel my brain to think about these kind of problems. I've always been into cryptography and ways of money management and that kind of stuff. So this is really a natural thing for me to like to do.
awesome. All right, Doug, you want to just say, you know, real briefly, you know, what do you do outside? Sure. You know, what do you do for VeriCoin? What do you do outside of it?
Yeah, so like Pat said, I'm kind of the idea man for VeriCoin, and I do a lot of the protocol development. But also, like Pat said, I have tons of ideas, but about 98% of them are complete garbage. But most of them tend to be interesting. And then there's the 2% that are quite good with some help from other people, with Pat's skills, with JJ's skills, with Dave's skills, and many other people who have worked hard to make VeriCoin what it is over the 2 years, and then including Steve, who did some major heavy lifting on especially the user interface. And then at work, I'm a scientific programmer, and I'm a forever intending to get my graduate degree, but I just keep on doing scientific programming because I really like it, and I don't really want to take classes, but I need to just get my PhD and be done with it. But I really like science. I like technology. This year I'm up to 15. I'm a co-author on 15 scientific publications, which I'm pretty proud of. They all like popped up at the same time. It was like years of work on different projects with different people, and then they all started publishing papers. It's like, whoa, suddenly I have a bunch of authorships, which is really cool. So it's getting me motivated to actually bite the bullet and like do the graduate work to get a degree. But anyway, I do basically programming to, like Pat said, design usually small proteins for different reasons. I'm working with a group in Israel to design chlorophyll binding proteins to try and make solar cell technology, basic science implementations of potential future solar cell technologies, and also peptide therapeutics, like Pat mentioned, and a bunch of other stuff. So that's a quick overview of what I do.
Let's shoot over to Dave. You know, Dave. You know what? Obviously, you handle most of the features.
Most of what I worked on was a lot of the outside stuff right around the beginning. I did a bunch of work on the original mining pool while we were still in mining phase. VeriSend, Veribit, as those are actually outside features of, they're not actually as part of the protocol. I actually built those separately. And as someone with probably the strongest computer background science, I'm also a bit of a verifier and checker of some of the ideas that they have, and I've read my fair share of white papers and technical journals, so I help a little bit there.
No. Yeah, we can tell you're a computer scientist because of the background.
Yeah, exactly. Who makes their bed anyway? So day to day, I work as a programmer. Big surprise. I work for Microsoft, working on OneDrive, which is the cloud storage, which is really why I'm the one who's kind of doing a lot of the web services that are associated with VeriCoin, because it's kind of what I work with day to day.
Okay, awesome, man. Yeah, okay, so this is the trio, and we also, Steve did a lot of input, last year, and,
yeah, Steve went on a coding rampage, and he completely overhauled the user interface, and he did some improvements to proof of stake time too, some efficiency improvements, and a few other things in the protocol a little bit. And yeah, he did tons of stuff. Now he's pretty busy with his real job, but he did a lot of work. Deserves a lot of credit too.
Yeah, he's really passionate about the politics at the moment. So am I. Everybody, I know. Relax. So
everybody's like, quit telling JJ to tweet about Bernie Sanders. Just tweet about VeriCoin. Or start telling JJ to quit tweeting about. I'm like, he's like a volunteer PR guy. I mean, what am I going to do? Tell him to not use his Twitter account?
Yeah, I know. I went too deep this year, so I dug too deep into politics this year.